Okay, so I'm back here now in my control panel, and there's a couple of things that I need to do here. So we have created categories and articles within those categories, but our web page still looks totally blank. So what we need to do is we need to add a menu on here that will have menu items that will link to the various articles that we have created. That way we can view our content. Okay, so what we need to do is, well, there's two things. We need to create a spot to place the menu, and we have to create the menu. Okay, now, how Joomla works is there's really all these boxes everywhere, okay? And the different boxes, or blocks, if you will, different templates have them in different positions, okay? And so what we need to do is we need to create a spot for a menu. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and create a module now. Okay, so extensions, module manager, or module manager. Okay, and once we get in here, you'll see that we have no modules. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to create a module. So you go up here to new and create a module. And what kind of module? A menu. Okay, and we're going to title this, main menu. Okay, and we'll show the title for now. Okay, so basically your navigation bar can have a title or not. For now, we're going to have a title. It's just easier for us to be like, oh, we created this thing, and there it is. Okay, so, and what kind of a menu is it? It's going to be a main menu. Okay, easy enough to name that, right? Now, what is some important stuff here? Okay. The more pages that we create and assign in the future will all show up down here in the menu assignment. Okay. Well, actually, it says menu assignment, but it's really a module assignment. All modules that we create, we have to assign to the pages. We don't have any pages right now, so it's just set to all pages. Okay. So every page that we create, this module will show up on it. What kind of a module is this? It's a menu module. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we are going to select a position of that module. Okay, so we have a lot of templates here, and the one that we are in right now is the default one called Bees 20. Okay, and we have a lot of different positions here, and these positions will show up on various spots on our web page. Position 7 will show up right here, and that's the one that we're going to use. Okay, so I have to display more, display all, so I can get down. It's not letting me get to position 7, it looks like. And there's position 7, top or left top. Okay, position 7, good enough. So now we have a menu. Now, the main menu by default is always going to have a home menu item to get you to the home page, right? Because it has to live somewhere. This has to have this exists, and so a menu item is going to point there. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. So we've created a module, and it's going to have a menu in it. What's the name of that menu? Main menu. Do we want it to show our title? Yes. What kind of menu? The main menu. And what pages is it going to show up on? On all pages. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save and close. Okay, and while we're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and hit view site and open our site back up over there. Okay, so now look at that. We have our main menu with one menu item, home. And what is home? This is home. Okay, so that's how that works. So now all we need to do is create more menu items and link those to each one of our articles. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and do that. So now we go up here to Menus, Menu Manager. And again, actually, let me go back and show you what just happened there. Look, it created our main menu. Okay? And within our main menu here, it's saying that we're at position 7. Okay, so it's telling us everything about this module. Okay, so note this isn't a menu, it's a module, and we named it main menu, and what's in here? A menu. Okay, that'll make more sense as we start to add some more stuff here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go to menu manager. Now again, you could, if you were not starting from the past video, maybe you're starting from the control panel, just click on menu manager. So anyway, menu manager. We could, of course, just add a new menu. But here we go. So, menus. We only have one right now, but like a lot of websites, you could have a navigation bar here. You could have navigation here. You can have some navigation down here. You know, go ahead and cruise around a lot of websites and look, and you'll see that there's usually not just one navigation bar. Although I have to admit, I like to design a lot of times with one clean navigation bar, just right here with a few links, and then all the content within and within and within. But it just depends on your style and what you want to do. But if you look around, you'll see that there's actually navigation all over websites, all over a page. You know, really common to have stuff down here. But anyway, we're going to do one simple one right here. So back over here. So main menu, okay, and that's our menus. Now I'm going to go ahead and click on that. That's our menu. And let's see what we got here. We have one menu item created for us by default, home. There it is, home. Where does that take us to? To home. This is our home page. Okay. I want to create another menu item. So I click new. And what is our first menu item? Well, okay, let's look here and see what have we created, what articles, okay? About trees, that's going to be the first one, right? So I'm going to call it about trees, let's start from the very top, sorry. Menu item type. Okay, check this out. These are all the different types of content that you can link to. Okay, you can link to category blogs, which will take you to a page that will be a collection of all of the articles within a specific category. In our case, perhaps deciduous trees. But what I want to do is I want to link to a single article. What that will do is that will make a single web page with a single article on that web page. Okay, which might be the type of websites we're the most used to, you know. So right here I want about trees, and I click on about trees, and it gives me the content right here for all about trees. So I'm going to click on single article. Okay, there's a lot of different things you can do here. You can actually click on external URL and then put a link in here to something else. Okay, and off you go. It'll take you to Google or wherever you want it to go. Okay, and you know, we'll actually do some of that. Sometimes that's pretty useful, especially if whenever you're linking to an external site. So anyway, I'm going to call this one about trees. Okay, I'm going to leave the alias blank for now. What else here? Menu location, main menu. Okay, we want this to be part of our main menu. We only made one menu, so that's nice and easy. Parent item. No, in this case, we actually want this item to be a menu item root. This is a root item, okay? So if we had about trees under here, that's going to be a root. If we had deciduous trees, that would be a root, but then underneath that, there might be child menu items for the different types of deciduous trees, okay? So we're going to leave that like so. And what else should we do? Let's select our article now. So it's about trees. I'm going to click select article, and it's going to give us a list of all of our articles. And there's our about trees article. Easy enough, okay? Let's go ahead and leave all the stuff at global for now, all the default everything, and just hit save, and let's just hit save. Okay, I'm going to close this tab. Once that's saved, I'm going to hit view site again, and look at that, main menu. And of course this is optional. Everything you see on here is actually optional, so I just wanted to name that so that we knew where we were going. Home will take us home, and that's where we're at right now, home. And we don't have anything featured on our home page yet. It's nice and blank, but I'm going to click on about trees and see what happens. Look at that. There's our article, okay? Now I see all this extra junk right here, what category it's in, when was it published, who published it, how many people have viewed it, you know, print it, email it. That's all stuff right there that you can govern in the article options. But you can actually govern all of that in the category options, and various things within it will inherit those traits, okay? For example, global, right? Oh, yeah. You can hide the title. You can do that. Go ahead and read down each one of these things, so I don't need to go through them all. And tooltip them and see what they are. Also, go ahead and just hide them or show them or whatever, and then just keep refreshing and seeing what happens over here. Because you can actually get rid of all this stuff, which I like to do. I don't really want any of that stuff there most of the time. But anyway, so now you can see we're kind of getting somewhere. Does this look nice yet? No. But what we're doing is we're managing our content right now. And later we're going to throw a template on here and make things look nice and do lots of formatting. But for now, we're just getting our pages set up. So let's go back here, and I'm going to close that up. Create a new one. So save and new. Okay. I'm going to close that tab again. What's the next one we're creating? We are going to create the deciduous trees article. Okay, so menu type. Sorry, we're going to link to the article I meant. Okay, so article, single article again. And it's going to say, okay, you want a single article. The required setting of is that you have to select an article. And it would not let you save it if you didn't do this. You have to select an article. And looks like we're going to do deciduous trees. And what's the name of it? We're going to call it deciduous trees. Okay? And yeah, we're going to leave everything. We actually want this to be a menu item root. Okay? However, we are going to want this to be a parent item for some other menus below it. Okay? And you'll see what I mean in a second. And I do believe that's probably good enough for now. And let's just do save and new. Okay, now the next three are going to be maple, oak, and willow. They are actually going to be child menu items. Okay, so also called like submenus, right? And those can be expressed in various ways, like drop downs in a navigation. When you have like drop down menus with various submenus, or in this case, it'll be handled simply by highlighting them. That's just like the default for that template. You'll see what I mean. So anyway, menu type. Single article, and it's going to say it's required to link to something, and we're going to go ahead and link to the maple tree. Okay, and we're going to call that maple tree. And now down here, the parent item, what is its parent? Its parent is going to be deciduous trees. Okay, because maple tree is going to be within that within the greater category of deciduous trees, right? And then a submenu of that is going to be maple tree. And we're going to do that so when you click on deciduous tree, you'll have submenus for different types of deciduous trees, okay? And looks like we're good, right? Yes, let's go ahead and save and new. And do the oak tree next, right? Yeah, oak tree. Okay, so I'm going to select an article, or type of article. Type of menu item, I'm sorry, and that's going to be a single article. Okay, and I'm going to go over here and select my oak tree. Select the oak tree. I'm going to call it oak tree. And its parent is going to be deciduous trees. And that's that. And save and new again. Okay, and so we're going to do our final one for the deciduous trees. Link to a single article. And the required article that we have to select is going to be Weeping Willow. Alright. And Weeping Willow. And its parent item, again, is going to be deciduous trees. Okay. and save and new. Now we're actually going to link to that coniferous trees article, okay? So we're going to select the article. And again, remember, coniferous trees won't have a parent. It will be a parent menu item. Select coniferous trees, and it's going to be called coniferous trees. And parent item will be menu item root. Save and new. See the pattern here? Just keeps going. Select an article and single article. Okay. Now, what are we linking to here? Ponderosa pine. All right. Ponderosa pine. All right. Ponderosa pine. And parent item is going to be coniferous trees. Okay. And save and new. And that looks like western red cedar is next. Okay, so select menu item type, single article, the required link article is going to be western red cedar, and I'm going to go ahead and throw that in there. Western red cedar, and its parent item is going to be coniferous trees. Save and new. Okay, and our last one is Douglas fir. Douglas fir. So select an article. Well, select the type of article. Single article. Now it's required to actually select a specific article that we're going to be linking to. And that's going to be the Douglas fir. And the menu title. By the way, the menu title is what you're going to be clicking on, in your menu, whatever is in your navigation. Like, for example, here's some menus right here. These are the menu titles, okay? Douglas fir, and its parent item is going to be coniferous trees, right? Okay, and save and new. And then lastly is going to be resources, okay? So menu item type, single article. Link to, let's see here, link to a resources article. Where is that? Resources about trees. Okay, and we're going to call this resources about trees. Let's just call it resources, okay? And then parent item, none. Menu item root is going to be what it is. It is itself a root item. Resources about trees, and save and close. Whew, that was a lot, right? But we did it. Okay, so now let's look at this now. Okay, so we have our home, right? About trees is a parent, it's a root item. Deciduous is a parent of these three different menu items here, and see how they're tabbed in like that or indented in. And then we have another root item, coniferous trees, and see how those are indented again. You know that those are going to be sub-menus, right, or child menu items to this parent item here. And then we have our resources. Okay, let's go ahead and view the site. And there we go. See, we have all of these things right here. All right. Now notice how they're set up, like they're showing all of them at once. Okay, all on the front page like that. And if we click on the different menu items, up pop the different tree, setups that they're the different setups, the different articles that we have. So about trees, I'm going to go ahead and click on deciduous trees here. Now you see when we click on deciduous trees, it automatically highlighted these to show you that these ones here all exist as child items within this greater menu item here. Okay, so this these here, so we're managing this content again here by really dividing up these articles right here into the different categories that they're in, okay? And now you can actually set up these menus so that these drop down, or that you can't see these unless you click on deciduous trees and then they drop down. There's various ways to display this, and so it's a pretty nice setup. Now if I click on coniferous trees, see how it changed right now? And it's showing that here's the coniferous trees overview with a nice little thing from Wiki here explaining all about coniferous trees and what they're about. And then there's that list we created down there, by the way. Okay, and yes, by the way, this looked like kind of a mess. It's not very attractive. We're going to make this stuff look nicer, I promise. And then underneath that, we have the various child menu items for different coniferous trees. Okay? So, we covered quite a bit actually, and let's go ahead and check out our resources link. And of course, none of these are hot links right now. They're just almost just like notes for a future resource page, right? Because you don't want this doesn't look very attractive either. And we're going to clean all this up and make it look nice. But for now, this is the main goal, okay? And I'll show you how to set up these menus so that they're rendered in different ways, and eventually you'll be able to move them all over the place and do all kinds of cool stuff. But for now, we have added a lot of content to our content management system. We have created categories. We have created articles within those categories. We have created a main menu, and we have created menu items, both root menu items and parent and child menu items, okay? And a lot of content right now, I mean, look at this. Let's see here. All this content right here, that's a lot of content, right? All that content now has been organized in a way where we can call upon it in a very organized way, where the various categories are managing this content in a way that is far less chaotic. So, I mean, as you can see, they call these things CMS, or content management systems, for a good reason.